Have you ever thought of customizing wedding shoes yourself? Is that difficult? No way. First thing you need is a pair of white shoes. Choose a simplest pair so it's more easy to work on. Take a piece of white organza fabric and a ruler. With a chalk, mark on 2.5 inches width on both sides and draw a straight line. Then cut with scissors. Now in same way, measure about 1 3/4 width and cut off. Also, it has to be shorter than the first one, so mark on about 3 inches and snip off. Of the same length and width, cut 2 more strips. You can measure it separately or use first one as reference. So here are 1 large and 3 smaller strips. Now take a needle with long white thread. Take the last strip and fold in half from width. Start from close side. First secure the stitches and then start sewing with running stitches. And keep sewing the open edges. I show you the close-up for a better idea. See? Sew these open edges to the other close end. When you reach the close end, don't secure it now. This hole is done. Now pull the thread to make a ruffle. Transfer the place to the end to make a round corner. Again pull it tight and secure the end. Snip off excess thread. Make sure both corners are round and plates are even. So now one part of live flower is made. Keep it aside. In same way, ruffle up the rest of smaller strips, but don't pull the thread too tight. When it's ready, there should be about 8 mm space in middle. Secure the end and even out the pleats before you put the flower aside. Same like this, make the flowers of rest of 2 strips. These all are for only one shoe. Now take one from small flowers. Apply glue with glue gun on one end and wrap in. Keep applying glue on bottom edge and wrap in gently to make a flower. Be gentle, don't displace the pleats. At the end, secure the end like so. This is the top part of live flower. If you find, trim the excess fabric from its back and melt it by keeping under the flame. This goes on top of this large piece. So apply glue with glue gun and start wrapping this large part around it. Start from one end of large part, then with light hands carry on applying glue and wrapping around. Secure the end and one large flower is ready. Again, if it's needed, snip off excess piece from back and melt under the flame. And it's done. Must check on shoe to see if its size is appropriate. Now take aluminium wire and cut 2 small pieces. Apply glue on end of one piece. Take a flower from the rest and stick on its end. Hold for a minute to dry, then start applying glue and wrapping the ruffle around to make a half open rose on wire. This is how it looks. Now take a small piece of organza fabric and fold in half. Now with help of glue, fold in its open end like this. Again apply glue and wrap on bottom of flower to hide its open edges. Bring it down and secure with glue at the end like so. This is done. Same method, make the other flower on the second wire. When finished, all 3 flowers for one shoe are ready. Next, take a piece of white felt. First check how much you require, then cut with scissors. As we want same size piece for other shoe, so place the piece you cut back on fabric and cut another for second shoe. You can alter it if required. When you achieve the desired size, modify the other piece also. This will be the base of ornament we're going to make. I chose these gorgeous feathers with clear stones and find the best ones. Cut 2 feathers for one ornament. Apply glue on felt piece and stick one feather in center like so. Must check the location before sticking with glue. And stick the second feather against the first one and check on shoe to see how it looks. Now check the location for rose on wire. This bit is extra long, so remove the excess. Now confirm the direction of rose and stick with hot glue. Hold for a minute, then cut the extra wire. Also cut the extra fabric of other one flower, but don't cut the wire. Again check the suitable location and then fix with glue. Now you can place the live flower in middle to check the output. But wait a minute, you like this beads necklace? I'm going to sacrifice it because wedding shoes look incomplete without beads. So take any 2 bead strands and glue them anywhere you find best. I prefer to make a loop. Apply glue and hold both ends with a pick till it's dry. When both strands are fixed, Apply glue on back of large flower and stick in the center. In exactly same way I made the second one, that's why I skipped that step. Now take out some E6000 glue and these 4 mm clear rhinestones. Load glue on tip of toothpick, pick the stone from its back and stick in center of large flowers. Also stick one rhinestone on each small flower. This will add some extra sparkles. So now these ornaments are ready to use. Yes, first locate their positions. Then apply glue on back of felt strip and stick on shoe. Stick carefully and must hold for 2 to 3 minutes. Otherwise you may ruin your shoes. Apply glue on back of other one ornament and stick on shoe. And done! Your wedding shoes are ready. See? Fashion doesn't depend on what you have in your pocket. It depends on what you have in your brain.